Given the options, I'd rather kill him than not.
So, I don't have any more.
Okay.
So when I was, the two of you tanks can alternate in intermission. I don't care. I just took them all as a brewmaster because it was stupid dumb. Yeah, that's that.
Got one left. Screw you, pal.
Who's here? Keys first. Just kidding. Shui is first because he's ranged. That way Key doesn't need to leave the boss on that first early one. Yeah, we talked about it. And then Becca, and then Key, and then maybe Beth, and then maybe Rock. We never get that far, but I'm putting the names on there so that people can just yell out names if they see something. Okay, so Armageddon should not be a mechanic that we have to worry about tonight. Like, we shouldn't miss any. That should be a non-mechanic. Phase 1 should be a non-thing. Stack all the ads on the boss. Just burst them down. Do not be under the singularity. Just reminding you of all the things that happen on the fight. Don't be under it. Get knocked back to a corner. When it's in a corner, such as blue square, everybody come to the same spot, like right here. If it's on blue square, just so that we're all within range of heals of each other. When there's a bunch of people up here, and there's a bunch of people who are like, oh, I can blink to not get knocked off the platform, or I can Displacer Beast, or I can Transcendence. You're out of range of heals, and you're going to die to something, and that makes me unhappy. So be grouped up on these corner knockbacks just so everybody's within range of heals, because usually right before or right after there's a focused Dread Flame, or a bursting Dread Flame, or something else that you take damage from. And we just don't want to lose anybody until darkness, and in darkness we don't want to lose more than 2 people. That's the number I'm okay with losing in darkness, because that's what we tend to lose in darkness. And if we have everybody alive and we go into darkness, if we lose 2 people and then nobody dies in phase 3, we're fine. Obviously, because nobody died, which means somebody has to give, and that's going to be Kill Jade. The biggest thing is we want to reach phase 3 every time, just because we need a little bit more practice.
His allergies have taken over, watch out.
Look at the light! Look at the light!
What is Icy Veins?
You talking about a talent?
30% haste, and every time I cast ice lance, it increases the duration by 1 second. And every time I cast a rock form, it reduces the cooldown by like 1.5 seconds. So that's why I stand there and crossbow.
Link.
Yeah, like I'll sit there and drain the boss and do damage to him because it gives me the souls.
Not that, Jester.
Jester.
L2P.
You've got us this sleepy. Okay, Ghost, that's fine, I guess. It better not screw anything else up.
So in phase 3, the idea is to still keep KJ on the far other side of the rift. Or are we still wanting to attempt that, or just hold him center?
What? No, we don't want to hold him center.
Okay.
We're gonna move him. Sleepy's gonna be a ranged person that's gonna try and pay attention to safe spots for the obelisks, because that's really what's tearing us apart in phase 3. Other than that, everybody gets away from the flame orb. Only people who know what they're doing should be doing that. I'm not going to assign it to anybody. In theory, it would be our hunters, because they can DPS while moving, and they have aspect of the cheetah and disengage, which means they can get the orb to where it needs to be quickly. But if you are unsure or don't know what you're doing, hunters, then don't do it, and let somebody like Sleepy they're doing, do it. Okay, so I could have sworn you were here on attempts, Ashes.
Last week.
Not the last week.
Last week, no.
That's it.
You tanked everything, remember?
Right, I know, but I could have sworn we had done something beforehand.
Yeah, we did. We did up till phase 3, and then that was it, like the beginning of phase 3.
Yeah, so
We
phase
never got
3,
consistent.
right after he lands and does his giant AoE, he does Fell Claws almost immediately, so the tank's got to taunt and be on the other side. We had one attempt where if he Fell Clawed like half the raid. So that's kind of the beginning of that phase. Other than that, you just really, it's all about us surviving. It's really not so much a DPS race as it is you don't get hit by obelisks, which means don't worry about where the boss is so much. Like, is the boss safe in obelisk? Make sure you're safe. We just don't want to lose anybody. Everybody else is going to be paying attention to are they safe? Because during after obelisks and during the tear rift and all that, we do get a fair amount of time on him. It's not a DPS race for us. It's and the loom mechanics is taking
I think it's amazing. It looks kind of creepy.
It looks like a park.
Don't get hit by extraneous shit. Got it.
So
Make sure that isn't it.
The healing cooldowns tonight, since Syrup isn't here right now, we're going to have Eritari on the first spawn of ads. I'll be on the second with healing type. Eritari will be on the third with Spirit Link and myself. Recon, I want you to make sure you have your cooldown up for the transition to the shadow phase. Elias, I want you to use your bolt in the shadow phase. The only other time we might need one might probably just need the air phase.
Okay. Does anybody know if Chi-Ji heals in darkness or not?
Yes, it does.
As long as you have vision of the target and you can, then you do stuff, it'll be fine. But if you don't have vision, your heals don't do anything.
No, but Chi-Chi was
Chi-Chi
still going
isn't-
around. Yeah, that bird
Oh,
was
sorry.
going around healing people when I was doing Norm, so I thought that was interesting.
Let's see. Go ahead, Subi.
So in phase 3, I'm going to mark Moon for safe spots for obelisks for range. Just remember that Flaming Orb always comes out before obelisks explode. So if we're all stacked on Moon, the Flaming Orb is going to spawn directly underneath us. So we'll have to mark it, run away from the Flaming Orb, let them take it out, and then we'll come back to Moon for a safe spot.
So you'll mark the moon. We'll wait where we are. The flaming orb will come out. Then everybody will stack.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It'll be right after the orb goes, so pretty much you have like 3 seconds from the orb spawning and leaving to getting on Moon before obelisks explode in every portion of the obelisk, so
Be
I
super
think they
focused.
always go. Yeah, they always go after the orb goes.
What was on tanks?
Five, four, three, two, one.
This battle shall be your
Obliteration,
consume them all. Who will save you now?
I'll get second.
Square.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Can we mark tanks?
your master.
So you're gonna square again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Consume them all. An inevitable fate.
Down paddle move. Close.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was a good shot. Someone was standing in.
Five, 4,
Valerian Center.
3, 2, 1.
An inevitable fate.
Really? Nice.
Find me, champions, and I will grant you
Right here by the
sight.
entrance.
Oh, yeah.
For knockbacks and close work on them too.
Oh, Matt. there's
Yes?
this thing on Facebook.
Somehow you survived.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Just pedal.